spicy hair. That'll do. Hello guys, and welcome to my April wrap-up and May TBR video. So the first half of the video are going to be books that I read in April, and the second half are going to be books that I plan to hopefully read in May. Just to let you know guys, if you would like to check any of the books out that I have read, video reviews will be linked around my head, and written reviews will be linked down in the description box below. So the first book that I read in April was Easy by Tammara. I absolutely loved this book. I gave this book 5 out of 5 stars. It was a guilty pleasure book for me, and it was definitely amazing, and it worked up to its ratings and stuff. I just loved it so much. I just thought the two main characters were so well, like they fit together beautifully, and how it was written in a way that I wanted to know more and more about Lucas and his background and his family and everything about him, and it's just oozing with awesomeness. I definitely recommend this book. The next book that I read in April was a complete monster of a book, and I can honestly not believe that I managed to finish it, but I did, and that is The Host, and it's by Meyer, and I just love this book so much. I gave this book 5 out of 5 stars. The first 100 to 200 pages I thought was a little bit slow, but I think that's because I was learning about the characters and everything about the book, and then afterwards I understood everything that was going on, and I just completely forgot about the first 200 pages and ended up emoting towards the book and loving it, and just the feels and everything. It was just simply amazing. Definitely recommend this book. The next book that I read in April was a novella. It's called The Prince, and it's by Kiera, and it goes in the series of The Selection. However, it's from Prince Maxon's point of view. It's only several chapters long, but it was just amazing in every single way. It makes you get to learn more about Prince Maxon and his feelings towards America and the selection and everything, and it was just amazing. I would love to hear more about Prince Maxon and to see more of his point of view, but still absolutely loved it, and I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. The book after that I started was The Elite by Kiera. It's the second book in the Selection series, and I just loved it so much. But America has to decide between Prince Maxon and Aspen, and it's like that throughout the book. She's so confused and everything. She does annoy me in little ways, but you know, I still loved everything about it, and I gave that 5 out of 5 stars too. Then the next book that I read in April was The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. Oh my gosh, I finally got round to reading this book, only because everyone was really annoying me about it, like, you need to read it, Katie, you need to read it, and I was like, okay, fine, I will read it. So I started reading it. I absolutely loved everything about it. I cannot honestly believe a book can have such an effect on me, because I didn't think I was going to cry or anything and laugh or whatever, but I was laughing, I was crying, I was just everything with this book. Just amazing. I wasn't like hysterical tears, but like I did shed silent tears a couple of times. It was absolutely beautiful, well told. John Green, the way he just told the story was just amazing. And if you haven't read this book, guys, you need to read this book. I gave this book 5 out of 5 stars. Just blew me away. The next book that I read in April was Hidden by Marianne Curley, and this is a book about angels, and I love stories about angels. I think angels are just amazing and awesome, and I loved this book so much. I gave this book 5 out of 5 stars, and how the book ended, I was just like, seriously, do not end it in a cliffhanger, because now I want to read the next book when it comes out, which I have no idea when it's coming out, but I just want to read the next book. It was just amazing. Then I read Tempest by Julie Cross. Absolutely love this book so much. I haven't read many books with a male protagonist before, but I just loved it so much. Jackson told the story really well, and time travelling on a whole was a really interesting storyline and aspect, and it was just amazingly written and everything. I love this book so much, and I cannot wait to read the second book, Vortex. Finally, the last book that I read in April was Destiny's Fire by Trisha, Wolfe, and I really loved this book. It was just written so amazingly, and the characters, I just wanted to get to know the characters. I felt like I was there in the story, and it was just absolutely amazing and awesome. There was a character I didn't really like. I don't know why. I just found them a bit annoying, and I don't know, I just didn't like a character in the book, but I still loved it and I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. So those are the books that I read in April. Let's move on to the books that I hopefully plan to read in May. The first 3 books I am currently reading at the moment. The first book being Cinder by Meyer. This is meant to be a retelling on the story Cinderella, and it's interesting that there are certain similarities as well as differences with the original story, but I'm really liking it. I'm about 104 pages in and I'm really intrigued to see how this one turns out. The next book is a reread, and that is Vampire Academy by Rochelle Mead. And I chose this book to help me get out of a reading slump, because when I did the 24-hour readathon I felt like I didn't want to read afterwards. So I thought I'm going to choose a book that I've read before and I know I love, and I chose this book and it did help me to get out of my slump. So that's a bit of advice for you guys: if you ever get stuck in the slump, pick a book that you have read before that you've loved, and it will guaranteed help you to get out. It helped me, you never know, it might help you. And the third book that I'm currently reading at the moment is Under the Never Sky by Veronica Rossi. I've only read a chapter of this one at the moment, but it sounds like it's going to be a good book. I just haven't read a lot of it at the moment. So the last 4 books are books I've chosen for this month's TBR list. The first book being Drummer Girl, and it's by Bridget Tyler. This one comes out this month, and I'm doing a blog tour of this book, and it's about some schoolgirls who start a band and enter a talent contest, and I think they end up winning or something like that, so it sounds really interesting and a different sort of storyline, so hopefully I like this one. The next book came in the mail today, and I'm so excited to read this book because I've been wanting to get this for a while, and it is The Body Finder by Kimberly Derting. I'm just super excited about this book and everything. It just sounds super amazing, and I'm really excited to start this one. The next book is a contemporary novel, and it's Pushing the Limits by Katie McGarry, and I'm glad I put a romance book for this month because I need some sort of different genres to help keep me going throughout the month, and I'm really excited about this one. I've had so many good things about this too, and I know I'm going to like this one. And the final book I'm super excited for, and it's The Archive by Victoria Schwab, and I'm just heard so many good things about this. I don't think I've seen a bad review of this one yet, so I'm really intrigued about this one, whether I will like it or not. I don't know too much what the storyline is about, but I'm still intrigued all the same, so hopefully I like this book. So guys, those were the books that I plan to read in May. Let me know in the comment box down below if you have read any of those. Let me know your thoughts and everything, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye! It's really interesting how it's sort of similar yet different at the same time. Really? Really? Can you not do that, please?